Mm. No, it's perfectly all right because what I'm doing right now is I'm just recording myself while I'm talking to you, and then personally I like this. I like the way it looks. It looks much more clearer, and most probably it's capturing my voice much better as well. I hope so. Right. So this is Johan Morales interviewing Nick Sheriff, take one. Yes, go ahead, Johan. Sorry, that was my coffee. Yeah. Well, I mean, I have a very varied background. I have a master's in marketing, but then I've also studied a little bit of journalism and hotel management. So I've experienced over 20 different industries, everything from manufacturing and pharmaceuticals, the hotel industry, Forex, the IT industry, of course, and recruitment. And of course, recently I'm involved with Media Monday, which is events and marketing into the tech industry. So I love technology, and when I came to Norway, I saw there was an amazing ecosystem that was building uh, with startups, and I wanted to be very much a part of this ecosystem because it was really exciting. They were really they were on the cutting edge of technology, trying out almost impossible things. A lot of Elon Musk type people with motivation to change the world, to make completely uh, unheard of solutions. Um, so my approach to it was to be a part of as many startups as possible. So I wanted to build a platform where I would have the opportunity to work with not just one startup, but with many startups at the same time. And that's the motivation basically for Media Monday, to bring my set of skills into the startups because as a marketeer, as a communications and a networking professional in the sense communication and networking within business, not the technology side of it, I wanted to bring my set of skills uh, into this ecosystem. So I created Media Monday, and it was basically a platform to help these tech companies, these tech startups, to have a platform to speak about their technology, to bring in large corporations, large customers, and start a conversation regarding the kind of tech that they were creating, and also to challenge them and to see how they could solve different problems within different industry sectors using these amazing solutions that they were creating. Mm. Yeah, I would say it was many of these eureka moments not just one. So when you're working with so many different personalities into different industries, into different solutions, and different types of technologies, so it obviously opens up a lot of insights. And for me, where it all started was when I first got involved in the startup ecosystem. That's where the whole a paradigm shift happened to me. Um, and that is when I came to Norway 7 years ago in 2013. I uh, Obviously I didn't have the language, so I was struggling, or I didn't have the capability of fitting into the job market at my level, which I was working as a management consultant in Dubai, and to be working as a management consultant here in Norway, I have to have either extremely high technical skills, which I don't have. I have more commercial skills, but for that I needed to have the language. So because of that, I saw something happening, a startup workshop that was happening, which looked very attractive. So I joined this startup workshop, and at this workshop, a gentleman walked into the workshop who was not part of the workshop, but who has been part of the workshop earlier on, who was already working on his startup. And he revealed the potential of this device that we carry in our pocket, the smartphone. And that was a paradigm shift for me. The moment he explained what he was building using the features of the smartphone is when it completely dawned on me what exactly we were carrying around in our pocket. So that I would say is the start of my eureka moment, because once I realized that, then I saw unimaginable, endless possibilities of different solutions that we could actually create, and so on and so forth. So that was the starting point. Of course, from there onwards we can go on, but I think that impact that's just simple conversation made was so profound. It changed my world, and that's why we are seeing it's literally changing the whole world around us. This specific device, of course, thanks to Steve Jobs. I have to I cannot mention that. I cannot have this conversation without mentioning his name, because he's the one who gave us this power to carry, this ability to carry this much computing power in our hands, in our lab, in our pockets. Um, uh, hmm. I think for me personally, it is the industry that I'm working with, right? It's the communications industry, because a communication, which is marketing and PR and journalism and everything, towards the end it falls into communication. For me, this is super important, because um, one of the things I realized pretty early on, and also one of the reasons for me to set up Media Monday, was the fact that there were amazing engineers who were building amazing technology, but they lacked the skill to communicate what they were building. So many times have I met the most amazing people who really struggle to communicate what is it that they are built, or what is it that they're building. So for me, uh, being able to being a technology, being a tech maniac, a tech addict who loves technology so much, and being also and coming back from a communication background, this profoundly impacted me to reach out to just about any professional, any organization that was building any type of technology, and build amazing relationships and partnerships. Communication it remains, at least for me, the most powerful tool right now. I mean, when it comes to yeah, basically unleashing the potential of the technology that we have at our hand. Well, I mean, there's no doubt. I mean, Norwegians are very strong in their communication, at least in their language skills. Majority of Norwegians are very good in their English because, I mean, most of these solutions that they build are for international markets. Um, but one of the things I feel personally that lacks here is that the ability to talk, to promote yourself, because it comes from deep down within the Norwegian culture that you're not supposed to talk high of yourself. And this reflects when it comes to build the promoting or pitching their technology. So they do not talk very high of themselves, and some actually very consciously stick to very technical jargon so that they hide behind this technical information that that basically sort of keeps them in a safe zone, but unfortunately doesn't achieve what you reach out to. What you want to achieve is to communicate the solution or the technology that you have. So this is where what I have seen is one of the weaker points. Yeah. So this is directly where I feel that most startups need to concentrate on. Well, I mean, there is, of course, it just doesn't, stop at just communicating the solution that you have, right? Because you have to connect with your potential customer or your potential investor or the partner or so on and so forth. So it's very important to have rapport building. So the ability to build a relationship. And this is a very primary thing that a lot of people, especially the engineers, who are, I would say, 80% behind these startups, because the startups and especially the startups I work with are tech startups, and they are being started by very highly skilled engineers who can create amazing products. But it is an innate quality within the engineer to be an introvert, to be to sit with themselves. I mean, sit by themselves and build stuff. So it's not natural for them to be that outward person or extrovert person who goes and builds relationships and quality. So I strongly believe that every startup needs a spokesperson, a fearless spokesperson who's very well articulated. Of course, has deep understanding of the technology as well, but more an extrovert person who can just go up to random people and start up conversations. So this is something I do. I coach people to become like that, to just walk up to complete strangers and start conversations and build a rapport and build a um, a relationship. Because what I have learned through my career, not just being in startups, but being uh, within the management consulting industry, the recruitment industry, and so on, is that relationships is what closes deals. Is relationships what brings investment. Relationships what creates partnership. So it doesn't matter if you have the most amazing solution, at your fingertips. If you're not good at building relationships, your solution isn't going that far. I think number one, yeah, yeah. I think number one, you have to be very clear on everyone is motivated towards one single primary goal, right? Because often I've seen a very good, I mean, very strong startups with very good funding and engineers and so on, eventually just dissipate, just disappear, uh, because the people don't have a common goal. So it's super important that you have a common goal, and obviously you have a leader. I mean,